This video and a series of videos to follow is in response to a question that was asked by a member, Mr. Emmanuel Kabaso from Zambia, who wanted to know how pricing arrangements are used in commercial agreements to ensure effective price and cost management. Now, that is a big topic, which means series of videos, and this is going to be the introduction to those series of videos. The key thing in procurement is to justify why you spend, how much you spend in whatever it is that you spent it on. Now that makes price a key component in procurement. The problem with price is that it's never a fixed number. Okay, it sort of varies from one seller to the next one, depending on their factors of production and pretty much everything else involved. Now the cost of production, which is a key factor in determining your price, could have some aspects about it which are fixed. Price is not one of those factors. In fact, there are a number of factors which go into determining the price. Such factors include how much profit you want to make as an organization. Here's how that works. So you have your price, right? And then you have the units that you're selling. So price times the number of units that you're selling will give you sales revenue, right? Now this one you subtract from the cost of production and then you get your gross profit or gross loss. So, but then again, the cost of production, that's okay. That has to do with whatever it is that you produced or the services that you offered. There are other costs which are going to be, let's just call them overheads. You subtract those ones from that and you end up having your net profit or your net loss. Now notice, all this had something to do with the price. If the price was low, then that number becomes very low. Now the second thing has to do with how you've allocated indirect costs in whatever it is that you're producing. Indirect cost refers to the cost that cannot be directly attributed to whatever it is that you're selling. Let's say you're selling this pen. Now, the indirect cost in relation to the pen is going to be any other cost other than the cost of producing that particular pen. Meaning, the salary of the guy at the gate, okay, your security guard, which cannot be attributed, their job cannot be attributed to the production of that pen, that cost is going to be indirect cost. They're simply referred to as overheads. So that will determine the price of that particular pen. Number 3 has to do with scarcity of the materials you use in production. If the materials are scarce, then that means that cost is going to be reflected in your price. The fourth thing is whether or not the market is regulated. If the market is regulated, then that means it will determine your price. If it is not, then, well, you are free to make up your price as long as you've considered the other factors that you've just mentioned. Then again, the price could just be something to do with the supplier's pricing strategy. The question then is, how do you know as a buyer that you've actually been given a fair price by your supplier? That is the question that we intend to answer in the next, series of videos to follow. So this is what you're going to look at: pricing schedules, fixed pricing arrangement, cost plus pricing arrangements, cost-reimbursable pricing arrangements, indexation and price adjustment formula, incentivized gain sharing pricing, payment terms, open book costing, and adjustments. I'm Moses from Zerite Network, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be answering pricing schedules or pricing schedules, depending on how you pronounce that one.